to what's happening on the shore. It's obviously killing wildlife, despite the best efforts by BP to cover this up. We're seeing the pictures now. Does anybody have an idea of the current extent of that, or has this extraordinary combination of BP thugs and actually police and other authorities, has this essentially made it impossible to judge how bad the flora and fauna situation is?
Yeah, it's bad. There's a lot of oil. It's starting to come to shore. Of course, a lot of the impact is still offshore and in the water, so it's a little out of sight, out of mind to people. But the oil that's starting to come to shore is extensive. And yeah, we were run off beaches and away from oiled inshore areas weeks ago by BP thugs, and saying that they're operating on the orders of the Coast Guard or BP. And obviously, they don't want the images on the evening news. So, but the wildlife impacts have been extensive. The number of dead carcasses that have been collected is just a minute fraction, perhaps 10 to 20% of the number of dead animals, which generally almost always drift down into the water column and sink.
About drifting, the National Center for Atmospheric Research released a simulation of what it thinks could happen if the so-called loop current, the thing in the Gulf of Mexico, picks up the oil